Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, the first comedy podcast.
And we'll save all the recapping for all the recorded, all the good stuff.
Girl, I'm just staring at myself because it was a long drive. I'm like, oh Lord, that's fine. Whatever.
In the same boat. I had to go Langley to Vancouver twice because my sister's dog. I'm watching them. I literally do.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
that's worth the drive.
I love it.
That's so cute.
And
All
I'm
right.
an uncle now.
Oh, are
You're
you?
at,
Oh, it's
you're an uncle.
crazy.
Oh, that's so
Yeah, dude,
cool. Congrats.
it's so weird. Yeah, this
Awesome though.
we got.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We got little Soph is my sister. My one sister had little Sophie, and then my other sister is she's due at the end of January. She's having a little boy. I don't know his
You're
name
gonna
yet
be
though.
double uncle.
Yeah, same year.
That's so cool. They
Yeah,
must be excited to be, oh my God, those kids are gonna be best friends.
I know.
It's
The oldest two.
awesome.
Yeah.
How are you, Chris?
Good. Good. Yeah, we just gave the guys a rundown. We're in a bit of a cold snap here and lots of snow, so
Yeah.
more
No, I
coming
bet.
overnight, and then I think we might get a break for about a week before the next snowfall. So we'll be able to clean up and won't get above zero really, but it's supposed to warm
Cool.
up a little bit. So yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Sweet.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Cromedy, and I'm trying something new. And this is going to be the first episode of the Cromedy podcast. This podcast is going to be like a sports comedy podcast where we mainly talk about hockey and then the journey, and of course, all the crazy stories that come along with it. But we'll have some other athletes on and some other sports as well. So today, I'm honored to have three guests from Canada for my first podcast. I met all of these people, these amazing people, in my first year of junior hockey back in 2018 with the Langley Trappers in British Columbia. So it only makes sense that we name this podcast, because I'm American, so we name this one Crossing Borders. So we have teammate of mine, retired Langley Trappers player Ben Hamill.
Oh,
Woo!
yeah. Good to be here.
And then we have the legendary Langley Trappers billet dad, Chris McGregor.
Woo!
Woo!
And then we have Kaylin Yawn, Langley Trappers fan, who would hang out with the boys.
Yeah,
And
I'm such a fan.
Kaylin's also been nice enough to help me out with some Cromedy social media. And her younger brother, Hayden, shout out Hayden, actually won the PJHL with the Langley Trappers. I don't know.
Yes, he did.
Captain, as captain.
I don't know
That's
what
my
year
beer
that
league
was.
teammate. That's my beer league teammate.
That's true. Oh,
So we're just gonna be recapping, talking stories, talking about hockey, talking about building situations, getting everyone talking about the junior hockey process in the game, and sharing some drinking stories and some fun times. Before we start, any of my lovely guests want to say anything?
Well, I got one quick story that's always funny. I know Colin, you find it funny
Oh, we're
because
getting right into the stories. All right, I didn't know
it's
if
good
you had.
because you guys both everyone here knows Bert,
yeah,
right? And everyone
yeah.
knows his.
So
Bert was our coach on the Trappers, and he was a pretty like straightforward, straight edge guy, and we were all pretty funny. I know Colin, you're a funny guy. So do you remember we wore, it was Halloween. It was right at the beginning of the year, and we decided to wear wigs and fake mustaches and different helmets with no visors. And it was me, you, Smoliga, and Guzzo. And
Oh,
yeah, we
the four troublemakers.
yeah
Makes
yeah
sense.
that's what we thought. And we decided to wear the wigs, and we go out and we do our warm up laps, and guys are laughing. We're all having a good time. But then we look over at Bert and the coaching staff, and they're just shooting daggers at us. You remember the eyes? It's just looking at us so mad, so angry, right? So we get called in. You know, Bert does his, "Hey, everybody in," and we all go up there and we already all have our wigs off because we're like, oh no, we're gonna have to skate laps. We're gonna be in shit. And Bert goes, "Oh, why'd you guys take off the masks?" And I was like, what, you liked it? What the hell? And yeah, that was just like set the tone for the year. We're like, oh, never mind, this guy's actually pretty cool. This guy.
You know
Like
what's
the Monday
weird
morning meetings.
is that I met you guys all on Halloween because I
That's
showed
true.
up, and Chris can attest to this. I was so mad that I was dragged to their house first because I had a party to go to. And I dressed up as Jonathan Taves, and Colin came right up to me and he said,
Oh,
"You're not even from Chicago. Why the fuck are you dressed like Jonathan Taves?" And that might have set the precedent of our friendship for the next, however, really long time, actually, thinking about this. And
Yeah.
we've all been friends for, oh, like
That would have been like
6 years.
2017 or
No, yeah.
2018,
Oh my
2017.
gosh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
you know what's even more
crazy.
funny is I think your name in my Snapchat is still girl that smells bad, McFace.
And you want to know what your name is in my phone? My least favorite American.
I think mine's better.
Yours is better, but you named me that like right from the get-go, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Just set the tone.
That's a good start for the hockey story. But
Here's
for
a really
anyone
good one.
for anyone else, maybe from the UK or ever listening, some of the Canadian style of coaching is very strict. And so that was a very ballsy thing for all of us to do. And I think maybe, I don't know, a few weeks later we lost. I don't know what game it
Oh
was.
yeah.
We lost like
To the pilots.
I
10
think
rip.
yeah, we lost like 10-0. We went on the ice, no pucks,
Yeah.
skated a whole hour,
I
just
remember
nothing.
that.
And do you remember the other punishment we had to do? Grouse
No.
grind.
Oh
So
yeah.
Oh,
for people
Okay.
that
that's
don't know, there's
nice.
a mountain. There's a mountain in Vancouver with a hike that's literally just a staircase going straight up the mountain. And it's I don't know, I don't even know, like 15 I don't even know how big is that? It's huge.
I'm not
Go
sure,
You
up the
but
guys
I
mountain.
know.
weren't, sorry, you guys weren't making Sedin time on that one?
Yeah, no,
Yes.
hey, we had to do it twice. We had to do it
In
two
a
times
like
up and
back to
down.
back?
He made us walk down. And then the third time or the last time coming down, so it would have been our second time going down, we made it to the 1/4 point. So 3/4 of the way down. And a ranger came up and turned us back around. So we ended up doing it 2 and 3/4 times. And we're dead. We're like, oh, like we're all dead. And finally we get to take the gondola, which we all had to pay for ourselves.
No
Goes back to
way. Actually,
we're like
that's unreal.
right, we're like 17. And we're like, oh, we're finally done. He goes, all right, everybody get in your cars, meet us at this park. And we ran sprints and hill climbs for another like 2 hours.
Yeah. And then so for the Vancouver Canucks actually run this as their training camp up this mountain.
Right.
So
Yeah.
for us, we're all a bunch of 18, 19, 20-year-old kids that are all fat from the summer still, and we're running up this thing. Then we think we're coming down. No. And then we think we're all going to our cars, and our coach goes, no, we're doing more sprints. Ben, you remember when we started doing the hill sprints and I fell? I tried to get cocky and I tried to be the first one down and I fell from the top and rolled all the way down.
Yeah.
Luckily
Just
the
soaking wet too.
yeah, luckily the coaching staff
I'm really
actually
not
laughed.
surprised.
They laughed at that one.
Yeah, they were lighthearted at good times.
All right, let's get Chris involved a little bit here. Chris, what was your favorite story that you can think of off the top of your head? Could be any, could be a drinking one, could be a hockey one. What do you
Yeah,
got
you
for
know
us?
what? It's funny because you guys started talking about that Halloween, and I think that's really the party we had at our place. That's kind of when we kind of got to meet a lot of the players and see some of the personalities and different things. And when Cheryl and I were talking in advance of the coming on the podcast, it was just amazing how many just little, whether it's things we remember about you guys. It was, like you said, the four horsemen. There was you and Matt and Ben and old Guzzo DJVP there.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about
So
that.
so one of the ones that all four of us we were sitting around talking.
That's funny.
Nobody in this house has ever had a pizza pop since those days and not referred to it as medium rare, cooked medium rare, like Guzzo used to talk about. Little things like that, hearing the stories and things talking about after a bad game, and you guys would be worried, what's practice going to be like? What's this going to be like? Yeah, from a billet point of view, that's kind of the things the little one-offs. We were out one night and old Matty must have wanted a can of soup and couldn't figure out how to use our can opener. So he used one of our big butcher knives and hammered open this can of soup. We come back, it was like a crime scene. This can was all smashed up with a knife. So, as a billet parent, you're like, yeah, kid's 18, he's pretty self-sufficient, but you would never think to to have to go through and show them how our appliances work or whatever, little things like that. So it's been pretty funny, kind of reminiscing about those types of things. I have a very vivid memory. I think it was you and Matt and Ben one day in the spring, the three of you big apes out on our trampoline in the backyard, just whether you were just sitting out there shooting the shit or whatever was going on. You just look out back and there's three great big guys just hanging out on the trampoline. So,
Yeah.
that's given us the kind of the memories that, you don't really think about all the time. But yeah, it's nice to look back on and remember those times. There were a lot of good times. And
Yeah, I spent the most time I'd ever spent in my life at the McGregor house that
that's
year.
right. That's right.
And you know what, Colin? I will say, I remember going upstairs and Darcy looked me right in the face and he went, those aren't boys you want to be friends with. And I said, don't worry, I'll
Oh,
never be fucking friends with Colin because you were trying to bug me. Tyrus!
I was trying to
What's
what?
going on?
You were trying
Oh,
to
there's
bug
Ty.
me. You were
I
like,
thought it was,
you were trying to
Yeah.
royally piss me off. Hi, Ty. I
Nice.
remember that. I remember going upstairs and I was drunk. And I'm like, that fucking Chicago kid is so like whatever. Darcy's like, whatever. He's a kid from Chicago. Like, you don't want to be his friend. I'm like, I would never be his friend.
see, it's crazy because the UK, people in the UK say the same thing, like, oh, this dumb American, this dumb Yank. So, I can, 8 years later, I'm still getting it.
The dumb Yank.
Yeah,
I think
I'm a
he was
dumb
just
Yank.
I think he was just trying to help me because I was like, he's making fun of my jersey. He's making fun of I can't drink beer. He thinks I'm stupid because I'm not drinking his old Milwaukee shit. Fuck that guy. I never drank beer, actually. I refused. I was
Yeah,
a
no big deal.
I was a refusal of beer, and now I drink way too much beer.
It
That's my
Cheryl
happens to
laughed
boys.
problem.
about Cheryl laughed about the obvious difference between the RCMP and the Chicago police, because every time a party would get broken up, you and Matt would turn into something out of American Ninja Warrior and start hopping fences and sprinting back to houses and dropping her pins of where she needed to come pick you up. And it was like, boys, it's the RCMP. If they even take your name, you might be, that might be the worst they do. It's not the Chicago Police Department that's chasing you down,
Yeah.
giving you
Yeah.
MIPs or whatever. You guys were all rattled about the
I
RCMP
do,
showing up.
I
We were
do
always
remember
running from a
that.
party.
Yeah, the Canadian police, it took us a second. Me and Maddie were used to running from cops when we were younger in American, and then in Canada, it was just a lot different. We just look stupid just running down the
Right.
street.
Yep.
Well,
I was
especially
gonna
at that
say
time, we were only
bullshit.
a
I was
year
gonna
under
say
the drinking
bullshit if
age.
you're trying to say you never ran from a party because and then you were part of it too. We ran away from
Hell yeah.
many parties because of things that we did that were oh my God, no, like no, it was
Here's your
not me.
memory
I'm thinking
of the
about you guys.
bathroom.
Yes, that's what I'm
The
thinking of.
bathroom on New Year's.
Oh yeah, all right. So who wants to tell that story?
You got to tell it.
You go, you go, you go.
the. Oh,
That was it.
okay.
Colin, you were the
Because you were
mastermind
in,
behind
I
it.
wasn't in the bathroom. I
I
wasn't
was.
in the bathroom. I was outside of it. It was you,
So,
Smokes, and Goose.
was that wasn't New Year's? I think that was a random one.
Was that? I think that was a random one.
I
Yeah.
think it was a
Right.
random party because
Yeah.
Hayden was there too because you guys taught Hayden how to pull trig that same night.
Oh,
If you remember
we're
that
getting
too.
into it. All right, so random party. Most of our Langley Trappers junior hockey team gets invited to, and well, one thing leads to another. Me, Ben, and two other players, Guzzo and Smaliga, get get a little rowdy, and we decide to go in this bathroom, and well, we ended up taking the hand sanitizer and putting it all over the mirror, and then somebody put pine cones in the toilet, and then
We should preface though. You should preface that they were not nice to you at first when they found out you
oh
guys were like Americans, like
My
Chicago.
God.
Like,
It was that is oh my God, I can't.
yeah, so we were provoked. We were provoked. They didn't like Americans, so we decided to retaliate and mess up their bathroom. And then they started banging in the door saying, "Get out." And me and Guzzo proceed to walk out the bathroom and say, "Hey, somebody decided to mess up your bathroom. You should really clean this." And they're like, "You did it. You messed up the bathroom. You dumb
like, what?
American, whatever." And we're like, I was like, I gaslit this girl very hard. I said, "Why would I come and take the time to tell you somebody messed up your bathroom if I Like, there's no way that I would do that to you. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way that I could pull that off. And she's like, yeah, that makes sense. And she starts running around the party, seeing who not destroyed, messed up her bathroom.
And then you come up to me and you go, "Hey, somebody messed up their bathroom. We should go." And I'm like, "Okay." And you're like, "No, like we need to go now." And I'm outside. I'm like, "Why?" And you're like, "Because it was us. Like we need to go now. She's gonna find out sooner than later." You're
Yeah,
fucking.
so
You're fucked.
this is just some of the dumb things that happen when you're playing junior hockey and the parties happen and you just become closer with your friends and you
Yeah.
mature a little bit and you don't put pine cones in the toilet.
Making safe mistakes and growing from it.
That's right.
But you know what, Ben? You do there. You're right. There is a story from New Year's, but it was a different party, and Colin was also the culprit of that one.
I'm getting exposed on
I
my
feel like there
own first
was. Yeah,
episode
I feel
here.
like there was. What was
Ben,
it? Kaylin, you know it.
so okay.
We'll let Kaylin tell this one.
My friend had a really fun basement that her parents had renovated. It had a bar. It was super fun. And all of us hung out. Like we had a group of us that like hung out and it was nice. Like, New Year's, sure, let's all get together and like booze, whatever. But this particular friend's parents were away. I don't remember where, but they were somewhere like Mexico. And they told her, hey, or no, something like they had to leave or they were coming back and whatever. They basically were like, no people over at our house. Like, not like nobody, like that, please. So we're like, okay, cool. And I feel like we started somewhere different. All of us were at
But
some
in the
other
same neighborhood,
party.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we were
remember
at
that.
some other party, and then we were like, "Hey, like we need to like get out of here." And she was like, "Let's just whatever. My parents aren't gonna come home. Who cares?" So we go into the basement, and we're all hanging out, like just drinking whatever. So Colin decides to like, and honestly, this is the one part I remember the most is that he kept like taking it like a dollar, like one of the like loonies, and going up to everybody and being like, just like give it like I'm gonna strip, give me this loony or whatever, and we were all like, no, no, no. And then we start playing music, and Colin's up on the table, and I
The
actually believe
coffee table.
and Colin, you can confirm or not, or Ben or whoever remembers, but I actually believe that I was also standing on the table for some reason.
You
But
were. I
I
watched the
have a
video the other
yeah,
day.
I
yes, I
was
have
up
the
there
video.
too.
I took the video.
And
I
then
have it
I
still.
get down because Colin starts taking his clothes off. And
But
he's like down to his underwear, like his boxers. And he's like, woo! And all of us are shut up. Like we're like, and Colin's like, what? And he turns, her dad just standing there. They got home early and they weren't supposed to come home. And I think the only thing that he said was, like, point at my friend and said, you upstairs, all of you, go now. And we were like, okay, like bolted out of there. And Colin's like putting his clothes back on. Tony's still playing in the background.
yeah,
We're on so much trouble.
Yeah,
that was
but
one of
then
the
I
best
had to
days.
sit upstairs at his like dining room
Oh
table
yeah.
and wait for a cab while the dad just stared me down. You know, I thought it was a pretty good dance that I gave. I didn't get any loonies though. Some,
No,
It was worth more than $1, I'll tell you that.
oh yeah, it was definitely worth more than $1, 100%.
I've never
Everyone,
seen timing like that. The
everyone
timing of
still
that was
remembers
crazy.
it. Everyone still remembers my striptease.
That was that was awesome. That is one of those stories I will remember probably forever.
Yeah, I'm so happy we have it on video.
Yeah, I
Of the
Oh
watched
yeah.
it
and
the other day.
her
I couldn't
dad's in the
believe.
video too. Her dad's in the video. Like you see
Oh yeah,
Colin like fall
like
off.
he turns and zooms in, it's literally him like
I think I
Yeah,
have it. Like, should I show it? No. I think
you,
all right, who's Ben? You definitely have a story. Coming back to it, you definitely have a story.
I have a
Your
I mean,
story
I
favorite,
can
about
think of
Ben.
your
I can think of
favorites.
wait, do you, Kaylin?
I do have a story about you, Ben, and I told Colin it the other day and he laughed because I was still really choked about it. You
Okay.
because so do you remember how because I usually just slept over and
Yeah.
it's either the couch, the air mattress, or like the boys had to pick who was gonna sleep in Matt's bed.
Yeah.
So I always had the choice between getting the couch or the air mattress. And I never won the air mattress. It was always a fucking couch because you guys are assholes. But one time you guys promised me I could sleep on the air mattress. So I'm like, that's yes, thank God. And so I lay on the air mattress and You look at me and you go, think there's room for two, and jump on it, and it pops. And then you guys still made me sleep on the air mattress, which was on the floor. And I'm like, well, I'll just take the couch then. You guys are like, no, you won the air mattress, so you're good. You can keep it. And it was
Gave you a few
done
blankets.
for.
Yeah, you slept on a quilt or something. The funny part is it just imagine seeing Kaylin on that and then looking over, it's me and Guzzo snuggling on one couch.
That was usually the case because I'd wake up and go to the bathroom and I'm like, what is
Yeah,
happening
or
here?
if you slept on the air mattress beside each other, it would deflate in the middle over the night. So we'd wake up and we'd either be back to back or be spooning, and we're like, "Dude, we gotta stop sleeping on this goddamn air mattress."
Well, do you remember Colin's skincare routine? I wanted to ask you
I
that.
do.
See,
I do.
Colin, I
She's
told
gonna
you
ex-
that was
she's
a
gonna
staple.
expose me right now.
No, it's good. It's
No,
good.
it
Take
is
care of your
good,
skin.
But
but
it would take him an hour.
no, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would. And you had to do every single step. And if you'd miss it, you're like, I'd rather die than not do my skincare routine.
Definitely didn't miss
Yes,
it.
I know you did because was like in the bathroom and you're like, dude, you have to pass me stuff because if you don't, I'm gonna forget what is what. And you were just puking, doing your skincare, puking, doing your skincare. And I'm like, okay, you don't have to do the whole thing. You're like,
Before
yes, I
bed.
do. Yes, I fucking do. And it was like, and
Yeah.
everyone would be like, Colin, go to bed. Like, we're so tired. And you're like, this is a process. Back off.
Matt's kicking people out of the basement. Colin's doing his skincare.
Oh, Matt's puking in the tub. Ben and Goose are snuggling on the couch.
Yeah,
Kaylin's not
well,
allowed to drive home, so she's just sitting there. Fuck's sake. Chris is
well,
upstairs drinking,
Yeah,
laughing
we'd be in the
at little
garage. We'd be in the
degenerates.
garage. You guys would be in the basement. It was a good little gap between us. And that air mattress story, I think for all the fun you guys had downstairs, that might have been the only casualty. I don't think that was the only damage we ever saw in the basement was that poor air mattress.
Yep.
Of
So,
course.
yeah,
Of
we were
course
we were
not. Of
we
course it
were
was
We
just
were
the
pretty
one
good.
time I was like, yes, this is great.
I have a
Shouldn't
good
have-
one that we saved the basement carpet. Colin single-handedly saved it
With
Well,
what?
by being the grossest kid I've ever met. Do you remember
Oh
this,
no.
Colin?
Did you
I
Zamboni
don't
the
remember
carpet?
this. No,
So
what?
back to the pizza
Did you
pops.
Zamboni the carpet?
I don't know.
So we were it's back to the pizza pops. We were with our late night pizza
Oh.
medium rare pizza pops, and so me and Guzzo come downstairs and we got 4 pizza pops, like 4 plates of pizza pops for me and Guzzo, and then you and Matt. And I take my first bite of mine, fresh out of the microwave, and it's super hot, and I burn my lip on the cheese, and I just spit it out, hits the carpet. I'm like, oh, like I'm thinking like, oh, it's gonna stain. Drunk Colin comes up and just scoops it, and we gotta also add that, Chris, what was the small dog's name? I always forget.
Manny.
Manny.
Yeah, yes, okay. He always used to go down to the basement and love pooping down there whenever he get a chance.
That is
So
true.
that carpet had seen better days.
Yeah.
And Colin comes up and just scoops the cheese off the carpet, scraping the carpet with his fingernails. And you can see the hair on this thing and just
No!
And I start gagging. I'm like, oh my God, ew. Oh, and he just does not care.
Hey, I had
Clean
so
carpet.
much respect for Chris's billet house. And
Hell
I was
yeah.
doing whatever it took. Doing whatever it took to keep it clean.
Hello. Hello.
No
Yeah,
wonder
hell
girls
yeah.
don't want to kiss you.
Dude, seriously, it's still a problem.
Yeah.
You still have your Tinder
5 second
technique?
rule.
I still what?
Second
Your
rule.
Tinder technique?
What
Or
was
you could
that?
maintain eye contact with me and just continually swipe right on your phone for about
Yeah.
15 minutes at a time.
No, I've chilled out. I've been a good boy now.
Oh, good.
I was
Good.
a bit.
You were the
yeah,
first one I'd ever seen with that technique.
Cheryl's in the
I
back because she doesn't believe that.
Colin was on
Hi,
vacation.
Cheryl.
The other amazing billet mother, Cheryl, who is involved in.
Ben, you got lots of. You looking
I know.
scruffy there.
I know.
Oh, that's funny.
Getting old.
So since we've told all these stories, though, in the aspect of junior hockey, it could make or break it with billet parents. So having Chris and Cheryl as the billet parents really made that year special for everyone, and I hope that
Yeah.
your
No,
guys'
for
year
sure.
special as well. Because
we at the very beginning we were apprehensive to get into it. Actually, it was another baseball. I have baseball background. Another baseball contact of mine that was a billet for the Rivermen, Mike Addy, and Mike had contacted us and just kind of knew that we had tie in hockey and we were a hockey family, and would we be interested? So there were a few things that I thought were really important, and I think just opening our house to Anybody that wanted to come in. Let's be honest, you guys are struggling at the beginning of the year, and I think we sat down with. I know I reached out to Brad. You think Brad was GM at the time, and just kind of bounced it off him and said, "Hey, we'd like to get the team together, and here's what I'm proposing, and here's what we're thinking." And so that was the birth of the Halloween party, and I think you know things kind of started to gel after that. You guys started playing some better hockey, and lo and behold, it wouldn't always just be you four guys. There would be, sometimes six or seven would pop by, and Kayla
Yeah.
was always around. And so for us, that kind of was a big part of it. Is not just to have one player in our place, but to kind of make it an experience. And we ended up doing it again next year as well. And then we moved out here, so we haven't built it again. We continually talk about it, but it'd be pretty hard to top that first year. That was a pretty
Yeah.
good year for us. Yeah.
Well, I
That was
think it would
good.
even be something to say that that Halloween party actually established friendships that what did you say, Ben? Like 9 years
Yeah. It's
later?
like 9 years.
Yeah,
If I never
crazy.
went to that Halloween party, I probably wouldn't have been around as much as I was actually.
Kind of nailed it too, like having that space for all of us because we're a bunch of kids from different areas that didn't know each other and we're trying to have chemistry on the ice, but you don't know the guy, right?
Yeah.
So it was a big part of having that space that we can all go and hang out, and it wasn't like you always felt like you weren't a guest. It was an open door, right? Which was, yeah, I can only thank you so much.
Yeah. No, it was great for us. I think we benefited a lot more. Like you say, you don't even meet. It's not just about meeting good young men or good families or stuff like that. It really helped Ty turn a corner with his hockey when he started seeing some of you older guys. And I remember, I think it was you, Colin, you, Matt, and was it Chris Crowley? The three of you came out
Yeah.
around a practice
Oh
with Ty's
yeah, we did
hockey
do
team, and
that.
you guys
Yeah.
ran some drills and you did that kind of stuff. And those are the types of memories that I have, is just having some of these. I think Ty was 15 when you guys were playing, and 3 years younger, and just being able to look up to you guys and kind of you know benefit from some of your experience as well. So it was definitely a two-way street, and I think at the end of it, we benefited a lot more than maybe you guys did. It was great for us.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. I mean, me now still playing and getting older, you learn that like we're all dumb kids, but that's what makes. We talked about a lot about dumb stories, but at the end of the day, we had the utmost respect and we never wanted to mess up. Like we were dumb and we did
Yep.
Yeah.
we made a lot of mistakes, but in the end of the day, those drinking stories, the team camaraderie, like that's what made. We were the youngest team in the league, and that's what made us make
Yeah.
playoffs. Is having the billet house and the understanding that we
Camaraderie.
all, we all loosened up, and then we're like, you know what, we can play hockey hungover sometimes. It's all right.
Sometimes.
Most of the time.
Yeah,
Just
but
That was
like, but once we got to the rink though, we dialed it in every time, and I
Yeah.
think that's where things get lost sometimes, where some people don't know, can't dial it in or flip that switch. Where for young kids, we were pretty good at flipping
Yeah.
that switch and getting serious, or else we were bag skating.
Well, you said it earlier, exactly. Like we had really strict coaches. So as young kids, we had so much pressure on us. So we were holding our sticks tight, right? We were scared to make mistakes. And then all of a sudden having that outlet and like, hanging out and playing hungover sometimes, you had nothing to lose. You were supposed to lose. You know what I mean? And we end up being better sometimes.
Yeah,
Because
we
there
would
was
be better hungover because we weren't
no
gripping
pressure.
our stick tight.
Yeah, we weren't gripping. We were like, oh, fuck, we're supposed to suck tonight. And then all of a sudden Smoliga's got 2 goals from the point and Collins have been in a fight. And, me and Guzzo have killed every penalty that's been out there. What are you going to do?
I was always grateful that I got to go to those games. Colin said at the beginning that I was a fan, and I was like, oh yeah. But I was. I actually totally was. And I loved going, and I loved going in. And I told Colin this too, because I have a box at home full of just a bunch of mementos since like I could remember in elementary school. And I have a stack of tickets, and all of them say Kalen, and then one of you guys, Ben or Colin or Matt or whoever had an extra ticket, they're like, yeah, just whatever, just put Kalen's name on one of the extra ones. And I kept all of them actually because I thought it was kind of cool. And I remember getting a video actually of Kuzo getting into a fight, but he was talking to the guy on the other bench. Like he like had his head down and he was yelling at him and yelling at him and yelling at him. And he like turned around and he looked at me and I can't remember who was with me, but he was like, I'm gonna fight this guy. And then after that, it was just like the first time I'd ever see Guzzo like really like, and I was like, I love this game. This is so fun. I
Yeah.
love some of these. This is awesome. Oh, it
I
was
think
always a
we
good time.
I think we had 7 practice fights that year, guys just trying to make the lineup. So that's now being in different countries, it's definitely more hockey players in America and Canada's roster than per se Finland or the UK where I am now. So when I've said like in juniors we fought at practice, like guys are like, what? Why are you fighting? But it's like the intensity and everyone wants to make the lineup.
Yeah.
So sometimes a fight happens, but then after you'll go get Chipotle or go
Yeah.
do whatever, and it's no beef. It's just
Go to the
when
McGregor's house.
Yeah, go to
Guzzo
Chris's place. Yeah.
when Guzzo fought Sunder in practice. You
Yeah.
remember that, Ben?
Thunder's first practice too.
Yeah. So we had this new guy, and he was he's a pretty good player from one of the lower teams. So he wanted to trade to us, and then Guzzo didn't want his spot to be taken in the lineup. So we're doing 3-on-3s, and Guzzo is. I'll put it in perspective. He's how tall you think Guzzo is?
Like 5'6",
Yeah, I'd say.
5'6", 5'5",
Little-
5'6",
Yeah,
No, 'cause
but
I
like
was
180
5'6".
pounds.
yeah, he's jacked, a little
Yeah.
Italian meatball, and
Yeah.
he's following Sunder around practice, whacking him in the back of the leg, saying, "Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go." And Sunder's like, "Dude, it's day one for me. Like you're trying to go me." And then our assistant coach finally went over to Sunder. He's like, "Yeah, I think you got to go him." And then it was a pretty good fight. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was unreal. I remember. Yeah, you're right though. Thunder's surprise of like because he came from a team with like zero competitiveness. Like they were like losing almost every game that year. So that must have been just a culture shock for that kid.
Yeah, and we were trying to make a name for ourselves. We first year in the league, youngest
Yeah.
team making playoffs, so we did our job.
And that's also why it was so competitive in our practices and stuff too, because it's the first game of the year for us, or it's the first year for the.
Well, lost him a bit.
He'll come back.
Yeah, he'll come back. That's all right.
And
New
he's a
I think
technology.
didn't they name an award, Teammate of the Year award after Guzzo? I know they had something named after him.
Yeah, they did. I actually
Yeah.
they totally did make an award after
It was
Guzzo's
I think it
name.
was a Teammate of the Year award, the Michael Guzzo award. So there you go.
Yeah, so that's like super cool, like things like that. So we were the first team. I'm just let Ben know he's frozen. So we were the first team to
Imagine he's
start
still
all that.
talking. It's just
I
like
know.
guys, and it's just like yeah.
So we were the first team to set the president. Yeah, big word, can't say it right now. But so they now give Guzzo, they give out a Guzzo award every year for the best teammate. So, like you said, we were idiots, but we were good idiots.
But you guys were serious about hockey. That's what I remember, right? I don't think you ever got too carried away where it started affecting practices or games or anything like that. You had your fun, and then you guys put in a lot of work. I know you guys that weren't in school weren't you working out every morning, going to the rink and practice, and a lot of time on the ice. You guys got your work in for sure.
Yeah, and that's all you can do for these younger kids. They're getting scratched or getting cut or trying to make a team for the first time. You just gotta keep moving and see what happens.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, I told you that Hayden, you left, and Hayden went. If I can grab Cromie's jersey, like if it's available, it'd be great. Darcy's like, yeah, maybe. And then he's like, hey, by the way, a couple weeks later, your jersey's shit's in the garage. Hayden's like, okay, cool. Opens the garage door. Like, holy shit. And it was your old jersey.
And I just found that out like 2 or 3 days ago. You told me that, so that's really cool. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so he was 20 for a while, but I think when he won, he switched back over to 12. But I can't really remember. I don't know if you do, Chris, but I think he was 12 when he won the Peach. But yeah,
Yeah,
and then the
no
Cyclone
big
Taylor.
deal.
Shout out Hayden, Cyclone Taylor too.
No big
Right,
deal. Winning leagues after the Trappers. So yeah, that was a great year overall. That was Chris's first billet one. So if you guys could Chris, if you could give any advice to future billet families or future billet kids, what do you got? What would
So
your
I think
advice be?
it's one of those things where I think as a billet family, um, yeah, that's a good one. I mean, you're you want to be a parental figure you want to be that support system, but sometimes it's important to remember, they're a part of your family, but they still have their own family. I'll tell you a story. It was early in the season, and you guys had played a game that night, and you all looked tired, just real tired. And Cheryl and I on the way home, we kind of said, what can we do for Matt to kind of get him a little better prepared to play? Is it a diet thing? Is it you know, that's what I thought it was. Maybe he's not eating enough because you guys are coming out of whatever it is, midget AAA, and it's now you're playing big boy hockey, 320s and intermissions, and you're there for 4 hours at a time. So Matt's a little later getting home that night. We sit him down and I kind of give him the grills and just say, you look real tired out there, not your usual self. And is there something we can do to support you? So after about 15, 20 minutes of chatting, we come up with a new, little dietary plan. And so I kind of get up, just pat him on the shoulder, and I say, anything else you want to talk about, or, what do you got going on? And he goes, nope, my dad and I just had this same talk on the drive home. So, you remember that, hey, his dad calls him after the game and gives him the gears about, hey, you look tired out there, because they were watching online. And so you are a support system, and they do become part of your family. And I just think you have to remain open and as much discussion, because I think in those early days, Matt was pretty quiet, and we just kind of let him be in the basement and let him kind of get his bearings. And I'd say probably by middle of November, things were moving along pretty smoothly. But those first 6 weeks were probably an opportunity if we'd have just communicated a little better, and maybe would have helped him out of the gates a little more. So yeah, that would be my advice. Just communicate as much as you can, and try and be there for them. It's got to be tough being away from their actual family, and these days it's a little easier with FaceTime and text messaging and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, that's what it is you're there to support their hockey journey. And if you're open to doing that, then I've told many of people billeting is just a great experience for us.
That's great. I haven't even heard that story. So that's awesome. So like the billet families turn into your family. It's mainly just caring. There's obviously sometimes it doesn't always work out in the best situation. Sometimes you don't get the best families, or you don't have the best players, definitely. But in the end, if you bill it and you take the chance and play hockey, turns into a 9-year friendship. Or I also was invited to my second billet family's wedding. I couldn't make it. It was this year, their daughter's wedding. So like I still, they actually conceived their child they came to my graduation party, and they conceived their child in a tent in our front lawn. I graduated, I graduated uni. So we had this big blowout, and then my second year billet family came, and they got a little frisky, and then they conceived their kid. But then they named the kid after Chicago, so the kid's name's Wrigley. So like,
Oh, sick.
none of that happens without hockey and billeting. So it's got its ups and downs, but at the end of the day, it becomes family away from home, and then you can always visit if you're rolling through town or whatever.
Well, it was cool because like even knowing you, like I had the opportunity to go to Chicago and not go to Chicago like I'm going to see all the tourist place or a Blackhawks game or whatever. Like your family as well, Colin, was so inviting and so kind. Even when they were visiting in Canada, they were just so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Lori and Steve.
Yeah, my mom
and
just made
Brendo.
Pretty good impact here when she visited too. So,
but it was cool because I said to you, I really want to know what Chicago's like living there. Like and you're like, then do it. Come on down. My mom says it'd be great. And it was honestly a really great experience. I got to see my friend Tegan, and I think about it all the time. It was just, you guys were just so like, yeah, if you want, come on by. I mean, you threw a great party.
Yeah.
The bar
That's
in your basement's freaking awesome.
Yeah, Ben and you have been to that basement.
Oh yeah.
Me and
that was
Guzo
the first time I actually found out what a handle was, which was weird. I didn't know liquor actually came in that big of a bottle. And then your friend Nico walked around with Captain Morgan's and a handle and just walked around with it all night and didn't let it go.
Dumping it in people's mouths.
And I was like, oh my God. Like these guys are for real. It was good. And that could
Yeah.
none of that could have happened without you, Chris. That's why we're so happy that you're here on the podcast too, because yeah, you're a big part of that.
Well, even just when I was asked, we sat around as a family and reminisced, and there's never we're always thinking of you guys, and then smiling just thinking back to those days and how much fun we had and how enjoyable it was. So yeah, it's always great to reminisce about that stuff.
Yeah, Colin kind of nailed it too. Like it's so rare that there's a good billet family and then also a good kid, and then yeah, like we all have nothing but positive memories. I don't have any negative memories from.
Ah,
Hey, drop it, man.
that's gonna be hilarious when we put that together in the
I'm
episode.
totally gonna put that in.
You have to leave that in.
That's so funny,
That's
actually.
good. He's trying his best.
No,
I'll
but he
text him.
but
I'll
he was
text him.
on
You're trying.
he was on a good point though. I mean, there was no bad memories, like, because like even like with me, like the fact that I could go and hang out with you guys and it wasn't a weird thing, you guys were just my buddies, was actually really cool. And so I apologize, Colin. I'm glad we're friends.
Oh, thank you. This long. I'm glad we're all friends too.
Me too. Honestly, like knowing all you guys and the growth that it like, or sorry, the impact on the growth of my brother and his hockey career, right? Like, I think that's really cool. Hayden, in the same lines of what Chris said about Ty, like Hayden learned a lot from you guys, a lot. And both Tyrus and Hayden used to come down and, it wasn't like a, hey, get out of here. Like, it was like a, you guys want to drink your first beer? No, man, I can't do that. I can't do that shit. All right, fine. You guys got to get out of here. Fine.
Good, good and bad influences.
It was good. No, you guys were great. It was
Showing,
awesome. We were all
showing
in
the
this big
ropes.
old family. Even my mom loved you, Colin, except for
Yeah, it was.
except for the one time. Chris knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm not 100% sure, but
You can tell that one.
One time,
We,
Colin had to give my mom flowers to say sorry because she had to call Hayden and I upstairs and ask why a condom was swishing around in our washing machine. And Hayden and I weren't supposed to have people over, so we're like, oh no. My mom was like, who was it? And I'm like, Cromie. I'm like,
snitch.
next thing calling, I'm like, just so you know, I had to rat you out. Like, this happened. And next thing you know, he's like, hey, Jen, I got you some flowers. And Darcy looked him right in the face and went, were you planning on reusing it or something? Are you tight on money?
I lost it.
My mom still remembers that story, and she'll tell people that story because it doesn't.
Yeah, it's fine. Let the story go on. You don't really hear that one much.
No, you don't ever really.
At least I was being safe. I was a responsible little idiot.
Yeah, there's no little chromias running around.
No, I'm a
Uh,
good boy.
oh God, there's just so many good times.
Yeah, Chris, you got any more of your favorite stories?
no, I think that's about it from us. Like I say, we had a good little chat around the dinner table the other night, just some of the little funny things and things that still, are in our, not just family's history, but you mentioned a medium rare pizza pop, everybody knows exactly what they're talking about, right? So little things like that still stick out for us. The funny stories, listening to you guys downstairs having fun, we were on the main floor or whatever. Just, it was a great time. It was a really great time.
And Colin never let us go to bed early. I apologize. That was never us. It was all Colin every time. It's 2 a.m., man. Who wants to learn how to play volleyball? It's a great game. And no matter what, actually, we all got up and we're like, ugh, fine, we'll play one round. 3 hours later, this is so much fun. Oh,
Yeah,
order a
you guys
beer.
had a great time.
It was always a late night when you wanted to be drinking, and it was awesome. I'm not saying that in a bad way. It was where all the best memories came from.
Well, I'm glad everyone enjoyed it very much. What I think this has been a great first episode, honestly. We can definitely wrap it up.
Hmm.
Anything lastly you guys want to say? Or if you got any cheesy jokes since
You're
some
the
comedy.
Yeah, I
I'm not
know. You
I don't
always
have any cheesy jokes right now.
Note at the top of your head. Find that highly unbelievable.
No, it's not my joke, but some of the kids that I coach around here always ask for a joke, and I'll say, how do you make a tissue dance? You put a little boogie in it.
Oh God.
That one I obviously didn't write, but I was just like, oh, looking at what's like an easy kid joke I could just say.
Cutting that. Just kidding.
Uh, all right. Well,
Okay.
it's been great having you guys.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you
us,
so
Colin.
much. And I think that this is a great first episode, and we'll see what comes of this.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Cheryl, Chris,
Oh, Cheryl's coming to say goodbye.
Dalen.
Look at
Dylan in
that.
the background.
Home away
Hey,
from home.
I'm visiting Katie again in the same time in February, early February for the Leafs game. So if you guys are around, let me know.
Okay, give us a show. We'll be
Yeah,
here.
100%.
Right on.
Cool.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
Chris, Cheryl,
Love ya.
Dalen, love you guys. Colin,
Take
thanks for
care.
having me, man. This is
Okay.
awesome.
Thank you guys.
See you later. I'm just gonna
See
wait.
ya.
I'm gonna just stop recording 1 sec.